Moments that were not supposed to happen at WrestleMania 40. New Catch Republic's rough landing. A ladder match is always prone to botches, and when WrestleMania 40 delivered a ladder match with 12 men, it was going to be hard to avoid any serious botches from occurring. One terrifying botch in the match saw Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate get knocked off the ladder. This occurred when Damian Priest performed a Razor's Edge style move on Dunne to Bate, who was climbing the ladder. Due to the limited space, Bate just awkwardly fell onto Dunne in a heap. Luckily, both men were okay. Production blunder is laughed off. It was previously the case in the old era of WWE that if a production error occurred, the WWE commentary team would just simply ignore it. This was obviously the mandate of Vince McMahon, who always wanted a flawless show, and he believed that drawing attention to mistakes and botches weren't the way forward. However, this is a new era, and when Awesome Truth's graphics were shown for the New Catch Republic, Michael Cole found great humor in the situation. Although it was a significant production error, the fact that Cole laughed it off was great to see, as mistakes can happen and there's no need to gaslight the audience into thinking they didn't occur. Damian Priest walks in slow motion. And towards the end of the aforementioned ladder match, Damian Priest began to climb the ladder, and he was going at a snail's pace. Priest hadn't taken too much damage in the match, yet he was climbing as if he had just wrestled a 60-man Iron Man match. It's unclear what exactly this was, but it's clear that the referee grabs his foot and informs him to slow down. This could have been either because the ladder was damaged and Priest had to climb with caution, or a fellow wrestler was late for their spot and Priest had to give them as much time as possible to get in position. The Rock's knee buckles. A WrestleMania 40 Night 1 was main evented by the Bloodline vs Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. This match acted as The Rock's first official match in 11 years. That's if you don't count the Eric Rowan squash match at WrestleMania 32. The Rock's in-ring efforts received widespread praise by fans, and there was some concern that the final boss would have ring rust, yet thankfully this wasn't the case. Despite this, there was one botch in the match which led to some concern that The Rock had torn his ACL. During an in-ring sequence with Rollins, The Rock's knee buckled and he had an awkward and scary landing. Thankfully, he was absolutely fine and it looked like his knee just gave way. The table mishap. The Pride and the Final Testament settled their feud on night 2 in a street fight, and one spot in the match saw the Pride place Karrion Kross on a table in the ring. Awkwardly, Kross immediately went through the table. These things can happen as the tables are extremely light and are designed to break easily. The crowd were about to send into negative chants, but that was until the Pride acted immediately and basically repeated the spot that was originally planned. Kevin Owens slips. The ropes can be slippery in WWE, and Kevin Owens found this out the hard way during his US title match against Logan Paul and Randy Orton on night 2. As Owens was about to deliver a power slam on Paul off the ropes, it looked like Owens slipped, yet magically he was able to safely execute the spot. Snoop Dogg's attendance blunder. Snoop Dogg was involved in a commentary stint during night 2, and it was also his job to announce the attendance numbers for the show. Although Snoop was reading off cards, he somehow managed to butcher the figures. It looked like Snoop got the figures wrong so he could deliver a 420 pun. Yet it was extremely confusing when Snoop's announcement failed to match the number that was being presented on screen. And who's under the ring? During the Night 2 main event match between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, Rhodes looked under the ring in the early stages, and it was apparent that there was a mysterious individual under there. This clearly wasn't supposed to be shown on screen, and it instantly led to fans assuming that someone was interfering during the match. Whilst this was likely a wrestler that appeared in the match itself, potentially Jimmy Uso or even Solo Sikoa, it could have potentially been a member of the production team, as sometimes they're required to be under the ring for logistical reasons. Of course, we all know that The Undertaker managed to come out and surprise The Rock from behind, so was it really him under the ring? He must have been waiting there the whole night. But there you have it, folks. Moments at WrestleMania 40 that weren't supposed to happen. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.